All right. Welcome back to the channel for non-international boxing, the pipe dream version, where we have people saying that there is a fight in the works between Gervonta Tank Davis and Terence Bud Crawford, and that is a legitimate fight that can happen for Terence Crawford, and we should all be calling for the fight and supporting that fight. That's ridiculous. But let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division and the 147-pound division, soon to be 154-pound division, most likely, where Gervonta Tank Davis, who is most definitely the #1 biggest selling American fighter in the world. I know that's an oxymoron, American fighter in the world. I think it is anyway, but he's the biggest American name, the second biggest name in boxing underneath Canelo Alvarez, and but who has outsold Canelo Alvarez in his big fight as of recently. Is supposedly fair game for a fight with the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Terence Bud Crawford. And people are coming by my comment section talking about how this fight is reasonable and how this is something that Gervonta Davis needs to do. And if Gervonta Davis, because he said one time that he would knock out Terence Crawford, for some reason needs to actually fight Terence Crawford. Now, before I get into this ridiculousness, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit that subscribe button. And if you don't like the stuff, hit the thumbs down button. But if you're a longtime supporter or a recent supporter, thank you so much for your contributions to the channel. Thank you for your comments, even though, you know, sometimes some of y'all can be like real wild with it, but it is what it is, comes with the game. But thank you to everybody that supports and sponsors these videos in the super thanks. Really, truly, Mattio, you know you are the man. Now, and all my Howard Bison brothers and noobs out there, what's good with y'all? Oh, and DU, baby. You know, just for the college-educated folks, wanted to say that to my alma maters. Some of y'all come by the chat and say what's up. So, hey, man, what's good with y'all? But let's get into this. Gervonta Davis is never going to fight Terence Crawford, and you guys can stop it. Flat out, stop it. All right? There are things in this sport called weight classes. And it does not matter that Gervonta Davis fought Mario Barrios, who is big, who is taller than all of that. Doesn't matter. Because Mario Barrios is not remotely Terence Crawford. Not remotely. Not remotely. Not skill, not strength, not nothing, not no part of him is as dangerous a fighter, as skilled a fighter, as an all-time great. And I'm going to tell you this about Terence Crawford because I am going to say it like it is. Terence Crawford is an all-time great welterweight. I did a video yesterday talking about that. And I have to tell you, it's one of the least talked about videos by Bud fans that I've ever put out. It's almost like you only hear the criticism and never the compliments. But Terence Bud Crawford is way too much for Gervonta Davis. Now, is he a better fighter than Gervonta Davis? I cannot say that. I can't say that. Because Gervonta Davis is one HE double hockey sticks level fighter. Absolutely, positively. But what's the problem? This is the problem. Gervonta Davis is a 120, if you had to put him in the historical weight classes, he is a featherweight. A featherweight. Not a lightweight, a featherweight. He is not a welterweight. He is a featherweight. His first weight class that he fought at was featherweight, 126 pounds. And when he went to 130 pounds, he was a little 130 pounder. And when he got to 135 pounds, he is a little 135 pounder. And when you go to 140, he is a dinky 140 pound fighter. And that's the truth. Now, if you said that you thought that Jaron Ennis and Monster Inoue is a fight that could happen, that makes more sense. And Gervonta Davis will, heavens to Murgatroyd, beat all of the brakes off of Monster Inoue. All of them. And Monster Inoue, according to many people, not me, is the number 2 pound for pound fighter in the world. Terence Crawford and Javonte Davis is ridiculous in the ring. Now, let's also talk about another major reason why the fight would never take place. Because Bud Crawford is hard to deal with in a negotiation. And he very well may be going in there with the idea that he is going to get anything of any significant amount of percentage out of that fight with Javonte Davis. He will not. And let me explain to you why he will not. Even if he wanted to do it, which to the credit of Terence Crawford, all he said is he'll knock that guy out. That guy's too little. And that, don't care what else, too little. Deontay Wilder can say the same thing about Terence Crawford. Talk, yeah, use all your skills all you want. Terence, I'm gonna knock you clear out that ring. Slip that punch. Not gonna do it. Slip counter that. As soon as I touch you on top of your head, you're going good night. There's weight classes for a reason. Weight classes for a reason. Bud's gonna cap out at 145, 154. Tank is gonna cap out at 135. He tapped out at 135. He dipped to 140, but he's at 135 for a reason. However, he just did a gate that was bigger than the one. He was the A side to a gate that was bigger than a fight where Terence Crawford was the B side. He also did twice the pay-per-views that Errol Spence and Terence Crawford did, and Terence Crawford was the B side. So you have an A side that did a fight that was twice as big against a B side. It's not going to happen. And seeing as how the negotiations with Errol Spence Jr. went, I guarantee you, Gervonta Davis's team is not going to do that. They're not going to bend over backwards and wait and hold up and give concessions and coin flips and all of that stuff to Terence Crawford to make a fight for the pleasure of making him $25 million. It's not going to happen. You see what I'm saying? So no, you guys can please, if you would not mind, tuck that talk. It is absolutely and positively ridiculous. Number one, from a skills point of view, not even a skill point of view. Skill, you can argue that, because that's the whole pound for pound conversation. But in my mind, Terence Crawford is higher. That's the number 1 pound for pound fighter in boxing. And when you look at all 4 scoring criteria of boxing, which is how I believe you should judge who's the best, not what the name is on their resume, because resumes don't fight, which is what I said a whole time about Terence Crawford and this guy, that guy, this guy being best. Some of that stuff Terence Crawford said was silly, but it still doesn't matter, because Terence Crawford is still the fighter that he is. So whether he fought them or fought them earlier, doesn't matter. He could have probably beat them earlier too. But the 4 scoring criteria, that's what he has, and that's why he's the top guy in boxing, pound for pound. However, he's not the top guy with them greenbacks. With them greenbacks, that's Gervonta Tank Davis. And if he's acting anywhere like, bro, you just risk reward, brother. Risk reward. And see, when I say this, I don't even want to put this out there like this is something that Terence himself would be contemplating. Because I think he knows all of this, but probably doesn't have to get past the part that he's too small. They may not like each other, but he's too small. right? Just like if Terence Crawford didn't like Deontay Wilder, he's too small. Just how that works. It's very, very real. Something, by the way, that I never said about Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr., despite being thrown in the bucket with everybody that did. Anyway, man, still some spitefulness related to what you people say that I said, having never listened to a video this long or endeavored to understand what I actually mean. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.